Hello designers! Today we're going to learn about the design principle contrast. Now contrast is one of the easiest principles to teach and learn because it's basically just opposites, using opposing elements to draw the eye's attention. In this video we'll take a look at examples using black and white, light and dark, complementary colors, big versus small, and we'll also take a look at some contrasting textures, varying fonts, and we're going to do it all with some brilliant poster design from Disney. So let's get started. Let's begin with our most obvious contrast, which is black and white. And this is a great simple design where you have two elements, one in black, one in white, but the contrast allows the eye to see them both at the same time. This is really fun. A design using a bit more detail but the same concept is this Malicifent poster. Now I've stripped the color out to show you how well this works just in black and white. It's very striking, you can see all the shapes in her face, it's great, and then when you add the color back in, it just becomes delicious. This is a delicious design. It's so good. And let's look at a second Maleficent poster. Maleficent. I never think I'm saying that right. This is more white on black. And again, I stripped the color out to show you, look at just these little white details that form this story. And again, the brilliant Disney artists add little bits of color back in to just make these beautiful posters. They're just gorgeous. Let's stay with our villainesses, that's a word, right? Villainesses, and take a look at these examples for the film Cruella. Both use black and white very effectively, and then they have this bold pop of red that adds another layer of contrast by making the title very prominent. What Disney figured out long ago is that the moon is a brilliant way to show some great contrast. Like in these beauties for Peter Pan, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and Luca. So pretty. And if your project is more suited for daytime, the sun can serve the same purpose. Like in this Lion King poster, and The Little Mermaid. To be fair, I'm not sure if The Little Mermaid uses a sun or a yellow moon, but you get the idea. All of these light and dark examples rely on black as one of the opposite colors, but this more modern Peter Pan poster actually uses varying shades of the same color, which is green, to create this really beautiful effect and terrific contrast. We do have, you will see, we do have a little bit of the black though here in Tinkerbell. So let's take a quick review of the color wheel. First, we have our primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. Then we move on to our secondary colors, which are orange, green, and purple. And then we go one level more to our tertiary colors. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And this is where we're going to use the triangles to illustrate complementary colors. Any of the opposite colors will give you the most contrast, the biggest contrast bang for your buck, if you will. So let's start with this blue and orange, which is the base of this incredible key art from the movie Brave. The rich blues and the green tones and their contrast with her fiery orange-red mane. This is the stuff I drool over. I have loved this poster for many years. Next, we have a little more green with a deep bold red to create the magic that is this Raya poster. And finally, purple and golds used a little more subtly but beautifully in this Alladin poster. So many crazy good designs. Now, I did find this one Onward poster, and I thought this was a good example of maybe something that could be tweaked a little to make it better. You already have this beautiful base of blues and purples, all these cool tones, and then with the gray title on top of it, it sort of gets lost. So I found a secondary poster, and you can see this is still gray, but it's almost white, And the title just looks so much better here. It just really pops a lot more. So sometimes it's worth playing around to see if something can be improved upon. Beauty and the Beast clearly has the perfect blend of a big old beast and the little tiny beautiful bells. So many contrasts. But the big and small is the most prominent. Same goes for Tiana and this little prince of a frog. And once again, you can see the light and dark contrast in the moonlight. And yet another little bit of brilliance with this Lion King poster with Mustafa and his cub. What? More Lion King? Yes, I am telling you, they really hit on so many good principles with all their artwork. In this, we have the big Mustafa in the sky and the smaller version of an adult Simba, very tiny in the sun. And a similar concept is seen with this oversized angel in our little Pinocchio. And also, this is one of my favorite finds, this incredible French version for Frozen with a small but determined Anna facing the large scale of the mountain. This is so striking. Textures can be a bit tricky in print design, but when they're used correctly, they can be very effective. Let's take the Princess and the Frog logo. So we have this shiny metal gold, rich type, and it's contrasted with the kind of bolder frog. It looks like, I don't know, I can't tell if it's like lily pads and a greeny swamp water or frog skin. It's probably a combination of all of them. Same goes for the original Beauty and the Beast. Now this is interesting. So this is from the 1991 movie, and it's this beautiful red scripty type, and then you've got the chiseled hard stone, representing the beast. And what's interesting though is they don't really do this anymore. The more modern logos use the same font for both Beauty and the Beast. So it is tricky with fonts. Are you going to be super literal like you do with the Princess and the Frog? Or do you just want to allow sort of the words to speak for themselves? That is for you as a designer to decide. Two different fonts can offer a lot of contrast, so the eye is better able to discern between two items, like this Oliver and Company logo, the Wonderful World of Who Else? Mickey Mouse, and these very different styles and colors for Disney's California Adventure. So that is the design principle contrast. It's good to keep in mind that contrast can usually work best when the elements are very extreme and obvious. You don't need a lot of elements. In fact, I like using less elements when I'm using contrast to really make an impact and start to look around in the world. When you're out in stores or if you're online, start to notice who's using contrast really effectively and maybe who could use a little help. I hope you're able to use this in your own design journey, and I am Christy Kelly, and thank you for watching.